Have you ever been on the receiving end of disrespect? Felt that sting and didn't know how to respond? What if you could face such moments with the calm authority of a great leader? In this video, we're going to uncover the Stoic wisdom of one of the greatest Roman emperors, Marcus Aurelius. We'll reveal how to not just endure disrespect, but rise above it with dignity and strength. Stay with us as we navigate through these timeless lessons, each one a stepping stone to mastering the art of a composed and powerful response. And remember, the eighth point might just be the most important of them all, so make sure you stick around until the end. First lesson: reflect before responding. When faced with disrespect, our gut reaction can often lead us down a path of regret. Marcus Aurelius, a king in thought and deed, teaches us the art of reflection before reaction. It's about creating a pause, a sacred space for reason to prevail. Imagine you're in a meeting and a colleague dismissively talks over you. Instead of snapping back or withering in silence, take a moment. In that pause, channel your inner Marcus Aurelius. Consider why they might act this way and what a measured response could be. Perhaps after the meeting, you approach them privately and say, "I noticed you had strong opinions today. I'm keen to understand your views and express mine as well. Can we talk about this?" This approach, stemming from reflection, not only diffuses tension, but also sets the stage for constructive dialogue. You maintain control over the situation and your emotions, embodying the Stoic king's wisdom. Second lesson: understand their perspective. Marcus Aurelius believed that to understand all is to forgive all. When someone disrespects you, it's often a reflection of their own internal battles, not necessarily a verdict on your worth or actions. Consider a scenario where a friend lashes out at you unexpectedly. Before you let hurt feelings take the wheel, step into their shoes. Maybe they're dealing with stress you're unaware of, or perhaps they misinterpreted one of your actions. Approach them with empathy, saying something like, "I sensed some tension just now, and I want to understand if I've done something to upset you." This opens the door to honest communication, and often, a resolution. By striving to understand their perspective, you transform potential conflict into a moment of connection and insight. It's a regal approach that not only preserves relationships, but also enhances your own peace of mind. Third lesson: maintain your dignity. Marcus Aurelius, a true Stoic king, taught that our dignity is in our hands, and we must not let the actions of others compromise it. When disrespected, the temptation is to retaliate, but the Stoic response is to uphold one's dignity through restraint and poise. For instance, if someone insults you in a public setting, instead of hurling back an insult or becoming visibly upset, take a deep breath and remain calm. You might respond with, "I'm sure there's a constructive point there. Let's discuss this respectfully," or choose to walk away if the situation doesn't allow for a productive exchange. By doing so, you demonstrate that your self-worth is not dependent on their respect. You show that you choose when and how to engage, maintaining a dignified stance. This self-command is the mark of true mental strength and kingly grace. Fourth lesson: control what you can. The essence of Stoic wisdom lies in focusing on our own actions and reactions, not on the behavior of others. Marcus Aurelius counseled that we should invest our energy in areas where we have control, which ultimately does not include the actions of others. For instance, you're in a situation where a family member is speaking to you in a disrespectful tone. Instead of trying to change their behavior directly, which is outside your control, focus on maintaining composure and responding with understanding. You could say, "I'm sensing some hostility and I want to address what's bothering you, but I'd like us to communicate respectfully." By doing this, you're taking charge of your part in the interaction. It's about asserting your power where it counts, in your response. This doesn't just preserve your peace of mind, it also often inspires a change in the other person's behavior, although that is, of course, up to them. Fifth lesson: use it as a test of character. Marcus Aurelius viewed each instance of disrespect not as a personal affront, but as an opportunity to strengthen virtue. When we face disrespect, it's an invitation to test and refine our character. Imagine you're volunteering and someone questions your motives, suggesting they're not entirely altruistic. Instead of defending your character or questioning theirs, use it as an opportunity to reflect on your virtues. You might respond with, "I appreciate your perspective. It challenges me to examine my intentions and ensure they align with my commitment to service." This kind of response demonstrates self-assurance and the willingness to grow. It takes the focus off the other person's disrespect and places it on your own development. By seeing criticism as a crucible for character, you're turning what could be a negative encounter into a chance for personal enhancement, a strategy fit for a king. Sixth lesson, don't take it personally. Marcus Aurelius advised that we should not let the opinions or actions of others disturb us, and that includes when we face disrespect. Often what people say or do is a reflection of their own reality, not ours. Imagine you're presenting an idea at work and someone bluntly criticizes it. It's easy to feel personally attacked. However, instead of internalizing the criticism, detach yourself from it. Consider responding with, "Thank you for your input. I'll consider it alongside the other feedback." By responding in this way, you're demonstrating that your sense of self-worth isn't tied to others' opinions. You acknowledge their perspective without allowing it to diminish your own. This detachment is a hallmark of Stoic resilience and a sign of a leader who stands firm in their own self-esteem and purpose. Seventh lesson, seek the moral high ground. Marcus Aurelius believed in acting with virtue regardless of others' behavior, suggesting we always strive for the higher moral path. When confronted with disrespect, we have a choice: sink to the level of discourtesy or rise above it. For example, you witness someone being belittled in a group setting. Instead of joining in or passively watching, you take a stand. "Let's keep our discussion respectful," you could interject, or offer a positive comment about the person being targeted. Taking the moral high ground doesn't mean being self-righteous. It means leading by example. It's about making choices that reflect your integrity and encourage others to do the same. In doing so, you not only affirm your own character, but also contribute to a culture of respect and decency. This Stoic response can turn the tide of a conversation and set a tone that uplifts rather than degrades. Eighth lesson, practice forgiveness. Marcus Aurelius taught that holding on to anger is a form of self-harm. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is not about condoning disrespect. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of bitterness. It's a gift you give yourself, allowing you to move forward unencumbered by the weight of past slights. Consider you're wronged by a close friend who later expresses genuine remorse. Instead of harboring a grudge, you choose to forgive. "I appreciate your apology," you might say. "Let's work on moving past this together." This doesn't erase what happened, but it does stop it from defining your relationship. Forgiveness is a testament to your strength, not a weakness. It's the choice to not let someone else's actions dictate your emotional well-being. By practicing forgiveness, you embody the Stoic principle of focusing on what can be controlled, your own capacity for compassion and personal peace. Ninth lesson, reflect on mortality. Memento mori. Marcus Aurelius, like many Stoics, kept mortality close to his thoughts. This practice, known as memento mori, is not about having a morbid fascination with death, but about using the awareness of life's impermanence to put everyday struggles into perspective. If someone disrespects you, take a moment to consider the bigger picture. One day, you and the person who disrespected you will be gone, and the moment of disrespect will be inconsequential. Life is fleeting, you might remind yourself, and my peace should not be disrupted by transient words. This perspective helps you to not sweat the small stuff, to let go of petty grievances, and to focus on what truly matters. It teaches you to respond to disrespect not with pettiness or a vendetta, but with the understanding that life is too short for such trivialities. Memento Mori encourages you to live with dignity, prioritize your time wisely, and treat others with kindness. For our shared journey here is brief. 10th lesson: seek wisdom from the situation. Marcus Aurelius consistently sought to extract wisdom from every experience, viewing each as a teacher. When faced with disrespect, instead of reacting defensively, ask yourself, what can this teach me? Imagine a scenario where you're criticized in a group setting. Rather than feeling embarrassed or angered, later reflect on the experience. Was the criticism valid? How can I use it to improve? How can my response next time reflect my growth? This approach turns the sting of disrespect into a learning opportunity. It's about growing thicker skin, becoming more adept at communication, or simply learning to let go of what doesn't serve you. It's a profound way to ensure that you are continuously evolving from every life experience. By seeking wisdom in every situation, especially the difficult ones, you're honoring the Stoic path. Each challenge becomes a stepping stone to a wiser, more resilient you, turning life's arrows into tools for your own development. In conclusion, handling disrespect with the poise and wisdom of a king, as taught by Marcus Aurelius, is about rising above the immediate emotion of the moment. It's about responding with reflection, empathy, and dignity, maintaining control over what you can, seeing challenges as character tests, and not taking things personally. By seeking the moral high ground, practicing forgiveness, remembering the fleeting nature of life, and learning from every encounter, we not only handle disrespect with grace, but also grow stronger and more virtuous. Embrace these lessons in your daily life and watch as they transform not just how you handle disrespect, but how you engage with the world. Carry them with you and step forward with the confidence and serenity of a true Stoic king. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wisdom from the Stoics. Share your experiences and growth in the comments, and let's support each other in our journey to living a more Stoic life.